Manny's gonna fight Tank after that.
How many fights?
Catch weight, 43, 44. Yeah.
Who wins that one?
I think Tank.
WBC shouldn't have sanctioned this fight. This is something that Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be allowed to do, but he's doing it. They're probably gonna make a lot of money off of it. It's gonna be a business success.
Keep talking about Gervonta Davis as a possible fight, man. You like that fight because he's little and he's your size.
I like that.
The boxing world is buzzing as talks intensify over a potential $500 million mega fight between Manny Pacquiao and Gervonta Davis. Fans and analysts are stunned, with respected expert showbiz the adult calling it possibly the biggest payday in boxing history. Anticipation for the matchup is reaching fever pitch.
Just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? He got the money grab on him. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140 by fighting Manny at 144, get a training camp in at heavier weight class. He could come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Tank fight Lamont Roach, take a knee, draw. Grease and eye.
The announcement of a potential showdown between Gervonta Davis and Manny Pacquiao has sparked a global wave of excitement and debate among boxing fans. The two fighters represent contrasting styles and eras, making the matchup especially intriguing. Davis is renowned for his patience, precision timing, and devastating knockout power, often ending fights with a single well-placed punch. In contrast, Pacquiao is celebrated for his relentless energy, lightning speed, and high-volume combinations that overwhelm opponents. This stylistic clash has fans and analysts questioning whether Davis's explosive power can overcome Pacquiao's wealth of experience and unrelenting pace. It's more than a fight. It's a battle between modern explosiveness and time-tested technique.
The most explosive lightweights of our time, Gervonta Tank Davis, against one of the most feared and ferocious explosive lightweights in history, Manny Pacquiao. Both men are southpaws and use genius traps to get their opponents to drop their guard and set up hard punches and end the night. While Manny Pacquiao was more of a volume puncher, we all know Gervonta Tank Davis was a one-punch knockout artist. Manny Pacquiao also had to chop trees down because he went up in weight throughout his career. Gervonta now is still at what looks like his natural weight, so he's still able to use that power. Both men used amazing angles. Both men also used amazing momentum punches, meaning they would wait to the last second and then step in and catch the opponent coming at them and do like a high-speed collision. Tank Davis was great at creating openings to land that one-punch eraser, while Pacquiao created openings in a different way. He would do it by throwing lots of punches and really throwing variations from head to body. But the result would be the same. Both men would stop or knock out their opponents. If prime Pacquiao fought prime Tank Davis at 135 or 140, who wins? Tell me in the comments.
At 46, Manny Pacquiao is once again defying the odds by returning to the ring to face elite competition. While most fighters his age have either retired or taken on advisory roles, Pacquiao's decision to fight raises important questions about aging in the sport. Slower reflexes, diminished stamina, and greater risk of injury often plague older athletes. In contrast, Gervonta Davis is in his physical prime, armed with speed, power, and youth. Yet Pacquiao's exceptional ring IQ, tactical brilliance, and adaptability have allowed him to outmaneuver younger opponents in the past. Though age is a formidable factor, his experience and impeccable timing could still offer him a slim but real edge in this match.
As a cash cow, as a star attraction, as something like a pro wrestler to an extent. You ain't gonna get the fights you want with this dude. You gonna get him fighting Mexicans and gimmick fights like this. Now the sad part of all this is, in my opinion, is this fight is crazy enough to happen. It's gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna do good sales. But not only is it box office and big business, in my opinion, if promoted right. Looking at this motherfucker's resume, this is probably his toughest fight, in my opinion. A 45-year-old Pacquiao will be the closest thing to a 50-50 fight Tank's been in. And that's sad, that's fucked up, but it's the absolute truth. This is the closest thing he's been into a 50-50 fight, a 45-year-old Pacquiao. Me personally, I don't know what Pac-Man has left in the tank for me to say that this is going to be competitive. Comes to age, speed and reflexes are the first thing to go. Explosiveness are the first things to go. So, off youth and explosiveness alone, Tank should be able to beat the old man. But the fact that this is even up for debate is sad, man. Like I said, stop looking at Tank as a star as a regular fighter. Look at him as an attraction. When he fights, expect to see the bitches come out. Expect your casual friends to hit you up, talking about party.
Mario Barrios is approaching his upcoming clash with Manny Pacquiao with deep respect and a strong sense of purpose. He sees this bout not as just another fight, but as a pivotal moment that could redefine his entire career. Facing a legend like Pacquiao, a global icon whose legacy spans generations, requires more than peak physical condition. It demands mental resilience and emotional control. Barrios acknowledges the immense significance of sharing the ring with someone of Pacquiao's stature, knowing that the outcome goes beyond wins and losses. It's about earning respect and proving his legitimacy on boxing's biggest stage. He also offered a balanced perspective, noting that preparing for Gervonta Davis will be equally challenging for Pacquiao, underscoring the uphill battle both fighters face in the lead-up to their respective matchups.
I think I take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, he used the way he closes his distance, you know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed, you know, similar size. I think Pacquiao might be a couple inches taller. But yeah, man. So like again, all those fights, you know, they like prepared me for this moment. You know, I gotta be ready for this fight, and yeah, just going back, you know, taking what I can, you know, from those fights as I always had, and then, you know, just work on it.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia has voiced serious concerns about Manny Pacquiao's potential bout with Gervonta Davis, calling it not just risky, but dangerous. He warns that Davis's youth and knockout power pose a significant threat, especially against an aging fighter whose reflexes may have slowed. Garcia hopes Pacquiao will consider retiring after his fight with Mario Barrios, rather than risking his health against younger, more explosive opponents. His caution comes not from disrespect, but from deep admiration and concern for a legend. Garcia believes Pacquiao's legacy is secure and shouldn't be jeopardized by taking unnecessary risks at this stage of his career.
Manny's gonna fight Tank after that.
How would they fight?
Catch weight, 43, 44. Yeah,
Who wins that one?
I think Tank.
Why do they want that fight?
It's a big fucking fight. It's a huge fight, I think.
Who do I cover in that fight?
Huh?
I like both of them.
Cover both of them?
Growing concern is emerging among boxing professionals over Manny Pacquiao's current fight schedule. Many believe that facing Mario Barrios and potentially Gervonta Davis in close succession is reckless. The physical toll from the first bout could leave Pacquiao fatigued and vulnerable against Davis's explosive power. Critics argue that sanctioning bodies like the WBC should show greater caution, particularly with an aging legend. While financial motives appear to be driving these matchups, insiders warn that pushing Pacquiao into back-to-back wars may lead to lasting damage rather than adding to his legacy.
Anyway, Tank Davis. First, let's start with Manny and Tank. That fight's even more trash than this one because Tank Davis is a way better fighter than Mario Barrios, bro. Tank Davis would send Manny Pacquiao. That's not a good look. So Manny can call it out all day. I'm sure PBC would love to make that fight. Tank Davis, if you and your team watching this video, bro, anybody that's rocking with Tank watching this video, that's beneath you, bro. That man's 72 years old, bro. He about to get hands put on him by Mario Barrios anyway, in my opinion, so I don't think it matters. But even if he was to somehow win and defeat Mario Barrios, I would not want to see Tank Davis take on no damn Manny Pacquiao, bro. That shit would be all wrong.
In classic Tank Davis style, the undefeated star remains unfazed by talk of a Pacquiao fight. With calm confidence, Davis declared he's ready to face Manny anytime, anywhere. His stance makes it clear, this isn't about money but legacy. Davis views Pacquiao not as a fading veteran, but as a legend whose name on his record would mark a defining moment in his own storied. When discussing a hypothetical matchup between Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Davis, Manny Pacquiao gave the edge to Inoue, a take that surprised some but highlighted his thoughtful, analytical view of the sport. Rather than dismissing Davis, Pacquiao acknowledged his power and skill while still favoring Inoue's technical mastery. Notably, Pacquiao didn't shy away from the idea of facing Davis himself. His comments reflect a veteran who fully understands the challenge ahead but remains fearless, embracing the magnitude of the moment with unwavering confidence and respect for his opponent.
So Manny Pacquiao was asked who he thought would win against Gervonta Davis versus Naoya Inoue, and he says he fights like I used to. In a media scrum for his Shock World title return against Mario Barrios, which I still can't believe is happening. He's 46 years old. I don't know why Mario Barrios signed. Obviously, everyone wants to fight a legend, but like, he's 46. You know what I mean? He could be your dad. But yeah, 8th Division World Champion Manny Pacquiao was asked to predict what he believes would happen if Davis and Inoue were to face each other at some point in the future. Inoue is fast. Inoue's style is like when I was young. I would definitely have to say, not so much. Similar. I just feel like Pacquiao was a little bit more wilder. Inoue seems to have more compact, tighter punches, if that makes sense. But I can see the similarities in a sense that way. But yeah, I think, I don't know, it's hard. That's a lot of weight to cover. So I don't know who would win that, honestly. Who do you guys think?
While some may dismiss Manny Pacquiao due to his age and smaller frame, those who faced him know better. A fighter who has shared the ring with both Pacquiao and Errol Spence stated clearly that Pacquiao hits harder, a revelation that challenges common assumptions about his current abilities. His size may deceive casual fans, but his power, speed, and explosiveness remain a serious threat. Underestimating Pacquiao based on looks or age could be a costly mistake for any opponent in the ring.
When I fought Errol Spence, and he was the first fighter to ever stop me, and everyone was asking, man, I mean, he must hit harder than Pacquiao and Rusan. And I said, no, actually, he doesn't hit harder than either. They both hit harder than him. Well, how did he stop him? Like, he hit me with a lot. It wasn't the one punch. It was the number of punches that he landed on me that I was able to get.
Even boxing legend Mike Tyson has shared his thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's return, and his words carry serious weight. Tyson remarked that no one in the sport today looks more impressive than Pacquiao when he's in motion. Coming from a former heavyweight icon known for his own ring dominance, the praise is significant. Tyson's comments underscore that, even in his 40s, Pacquiao still displays the sharpness, movement, and commanding presence that have long defined his legend.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big time fighters now, Pacquiao looks sensational as that fight. No fighter. You as my witness, any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter. Name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did that the night before.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
No.
What? I ain't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
You don't know much about boxing.
You know what I'm talking about here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rio.
Behind the scenes, sources close to both camps reveal that negotiations are actively progressing. While nothing is official yet, insiders confirm logistical details are being carefully worked out. Everything depends on Pacquiao's performance against Barrios. A dominant, injury-free victory could clear the way for a blockbuster showdown with Gervonta Davis.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody's attacking Tank. That's being set up.
Oh, okay. So they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to who does?
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. For longer deserve
I'm just gonna rub it in. Pause. I remember saying when Tank couldn't get a fight in, I was saying Shakur Shakur shouldn't have signed that deal with Matchroom if he wanted to fight Tank. Lomachenko, I said he ducked. But then when he couldn't find a fight, I said, hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. The reason why I said fight Manny Pacquiao at 144 was, number one, you can get the sensationalism and the crazy hype shit of a Jake Paul fight, right? You got the money grab. On top of that, though, he can prepare for 140. If I fight Manny at 144, get a training camp in at your weight cut. You can come down from 144 and fight Tio at 140. Everybody said that don't make sense, Biz. Can't fight Lamont Roach.
As talks around the Pacquiao versus Davis fight gain momentum, criticism is growing over the role of boxing authorities. Many experts question the decision to sanction such a bout, especially following Pacquiao's fight with Barrios, citing concerns about safety, age disparity, and insufficient recovery time.
Tank Davis versus start with Manny and Tank. That fight's even more trash than this one because Tank Davis is a way better fighter than Mario Barrios, bro. Tank Davis would send Manny Pacquiao. That's not a good look. So Manny can call it out all day. I'm sure PPC would love to make that fight. Tank Davis, if you and your team watching this video, bro, anybody that's rocking with Tank watching this video, that's beneath you, bro. That man's 72 years old, bro. He about to get hands put on him by Mario Barrios anyway, in my opinion, so I don't think it matters. But even if he was to somehow win and defeat Mario Barrios, I would not want to see Tank Davis take on no damn Manny Pacquiao, bro. That shit would be all wrong.
Like many elite athletes who defy expectations, Manny Pacquiao hasn't escaped suspicion. Edgar Berlanga recently raised doubts about Pacquiao's rise through multiple weight classes while retaining knockout power, implying that performance-enhancing drugs may have contributed. His comments have sparked debate over the legitimacy of Pacquiao's remarkable achievements.
Manny Pacquiao was a huge PED user. At least that's what fans speculate. I want to listen to a clip from Edgar Berlanga and I want to debunk it, and I want to really speak the facts here on Manny Pacquiao.
Strawweight, how you fight that strawweight? You go all the way up to 154, you're knocking everybody out? No, bro. That's why 40's not slightly Floyd rated. Because I think I'm not fighting this nigga fighting shit from 100 pounds, he's up to 147, still knocking these guys out.
And this stuff is so misleading. That's why I always encourage you guys, go out and do your own research. Not only is he wrong that Manny was knocking guys out at 154, Manny has never fought at 154. He came in at 150, I want to say. He fought Margarita for his 8th weight division, won that title by unanimous decision. Didn't stop him, moved back down, never went back up to 154 or anything around that realm. So that's just wrong. In terms of Manny just weight, that's also wrong. I love Manny, but he fought extremely old and drained Oscar De La Hoya at a catchweight that wasn't welterweight, in which he retired him on the stool. And after that, Oscar retired immediately after. In the first clip I shown you against Ricky Hatton, where he stopped him in 2 rounds, not only was this not at welterweight, it was at 140 pounds, which was Ricky Hatton's natural weight. And he was only so chinny because Floyd moved him up to welterweight just to fight him, and then Ricky Hatton moved back down to his original weight. So you could blame Floyd on that one, because Floyd made Ricky Hatton move up into a division he's never fought at. Then he fights Miguel Cotto in his welterweight debut. He batters Miguel Cotto. When he stops him, it takes him 12 rounds to stop Cotto. This is a battered Cotto who just lost to Antonio Margarito, by the way. So if you look at Manny Pacquiao in the 147-pound division, that is 2009 Miguel Cotto on up, he has 1 stoppage, in which it was Miguel Cotto coming off being battered. I like Floyd, I like Manny, my 1 and 2 all time. But stop saying that Floyd was smart for waiting this guy out like Manny was just destroying everybody in 1 round.
Even amid growing warnings, Manny Pacquiao remains resolute. Following his scheduled bout with Barrios, he's been clear about his desire to face Gervonta Davis. For Pacquiao, this isn't just another fight, it's a final statement. The opportunity to test himself against one of boxing's brightest stars is simply too significant to ignore. His pursuit of this challenge speaks volumes about his determination and character. While critics voice concerns over the risks, Pacquiao's focus is unwavering, locked firmly on a legacy-defining showdown with Davis that could cement his place in boxing history.
And promoter of MP Promotions, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, has came out and stated that one of Manny Pacquiao's dream fights is to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, he said after the fight with Mario Barrios, and if Gervonta get past Lamont Roach, and if somehow the Jake Paul fight don't come into fruition, Manny Pacquiao will be looking to land a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And it will be a big fight for both of them because, as we all know, Gervonta Tank Davis sells and Manny Pacquiao sells. And Manny Pacquiao always been wanting to fight, and hey, it'll be a legacy fight for Gervonta Davis. But we'll see how it goes.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more soon.